Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm looking forward to seeing the Michael Jackson movie because I'm glad they kept it in the family. I'm glad they got the producer who is a black man. I'm glad they're finally making bank on themselves because I really would like to know about the other Jacksons, their story, their point of view. Um, And I know that, Michael was a superstar. And he was a superstar because he put in the work. And when you have a strong work ethic, because I have a very strong work ethic, not very human beings have that kind of dedication to their spirit, their soul, and their body. And the results, that's the result. The sad part about it is that Michael got caught up in his own hype. That's what I've seen. Michael, most people don't know how to let God just be God. And to live on that level is very isolating because in the little level that I'm on, it's very isolating. And when you're an empath path and when you're close to God and it's just you can't be around everybody. You can't have anybody in your circles. But the problem is discernment. You got to be able to discern. And that's why I tell God, keep the snakes away from me. Keep the snakes. But I would, know that it's noticeably that it's noticeable that Janet and Paris and Randy ain't been around. Now Janet needs to work on her own. I would love now you Janet do your own movie, Janet. Get off your high horse. I know you mad. I know family friends will hurt you, but your family will finish you off. Okay, that's what Bishop Lester Love said. I know family. I know you and Michael had a work ethic that's like none other. And Randy, you and Randy been always been close and he's been your manager and but Janet, you got a little too caught up in your own hype, Janet. Cause I'm still mad that I didn't get to see you and Michael perform Scream. That's my song. That song is so therapeutic. But yeah, Janet, I know what the problem is. Cause I know some folks fabricated some stuff, right, Janet? Some folks allegedly fabricated a will. I understand y'all. I understand. I understand, Janet. And I understand the trademark. I'm gonna start studying trademark and intellectual properties more because that's where the money is. I already learned some things that help some people, but I really the trademark is the way to go. Intellectual properties, and not many attorneys are aware of that. And wills in the state. Another thing's are wills in the state because we black folks gotta learn how to keep our money. We black folks have to learn. When I talked to my principal Joe Clark, he said one thing he regret was giving away his likeness, his intellectual property, and that's it. He didn't know, but if he had me as his lawyer, see, never give away your publishing intellectual property. Never ever give it away. License it for a short period of time, but do not sign it over to anybody. Keep it in your family. I remember Richard Pryor's daughter when I was on Twitter. She told me because they were supposed trying to do a movie about her father, and she told me that that Richard Pryor kids doesn't get anything. It's like nothing. Like I mean, the white woman's controlling everything. We black folks, we gotta make sure. Now, if your kids are a bunch of ethnic ninjas, then by all means, write them out the will. Write them out the will. But make sure you can find a charity, a grassroots roots organization, somebody that you can give your intellectual property to, so they can continue. business, but or find a family man, find somebody in your family, okay, somebody, but just don't give your intellectual properties over to other folks. But I am excited. I can't wait to see this movie. It's just gonna be one big music video. I mean, Michael was music, you know? And the enemy, because he was in charge of music and worship, but when he got kicked out, okay, that anointing left and God took and put it in the man. And he's been jealous ever since. That's why he hangs around the arts. Because the arts is where you can get into a man's head, soul, emotion, body. It touches all aspects. And it's so powerful, the arts, being able to tell a vision, sing a vision, create a vision in somebody's head, and they have to allow you. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. I am definitely going to give my review. And Jafar, people was like, oh, he shares Michael's DNA. Y'all stupid. That's his nephew. He got Joseph and Catherine's DNA in his body, as well as his mama. Y'all sound stupid. Y'all sound stupid. That's his nephew, of course. It was a great choice. I mean, it's common sense. Like, oh, I can't believe the likeness. Well, his daddy is Michael's brother. Y'all goofy. People goofy. I can't take it, the goofiness. Like, they sound stupid. Yeah, not all my nieces and nephew, they favor me. I favor my grandmother. I mean, you have relatives and my mother. I am a mixture of both of my grandmothers. I mean, y'all sound stupid. Sound stupid. But anyway, I look forward. Thanks for the hearts. Good morning. I'm trying to keep the content going because I'm almost there. I'm trying to get monetized because I ain't trying to do nothing free no more in life. I entertain y'all in the early 200s. I mean, the early 200s. But going forward, my time is valuable. Okay, and I won't be asking y'all for super chats and Cash App and Patreon memberships. Y'all stop giving these lawyers y'all money, okay? Let them figure out. It ain't like they providing some great stuff to y'all. Like, look, they ain't you ain't hiring them. You're not retaining them. Stop giving them your cash app. And they got y'all. They like the preachers. They only read the cash app. The people that send the cash app. Y'all stop that, because 40% of that money goes to YouTube. Y'all dumb. Yeah, them super chats. I think like 40%. Y'all crazy. Y'all best. You can give to anybody else, but anybody that's a doctor, lawyer, accountant, let them. Look, I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do with your money, but they better be careful taking super chats from y'all. I know New Jersey's strict on that. I ain't playing with Jersey. Jersey don't play with us. They don't play. They don't play with their lawyers. They train us well and take them. Okay. Have a nice day. Hugs, hugs. Increase the peace. Bye.